Ladies and gentlemen, this is huge news. Share this segment everywhere and hit subscribe. Federal Bureau of Investigation searches University of Delaware and interviews university employee in Biden classified documents probe. They interrogated, it wasn't an interview, it was an interrogation. If you lied, if the university employee or archivist lied, then they go to prison or jail, and it's a big problem. We saw that in the Mueller probe. That's the only thing they were able to obtain during the Mueller probe is, oh my God, you lied to a Federal Bureau of Investigation agent. Well, a lie could be forgetting the date of an email. That's how trivial a statement can be to lead you to jail time. Okay? So these interrogations or these interviews aren't recorded. They have what's called 302s, or they had what's called 302s, where the agent writes down the interview. And so the agent can write down, okay, this person lied. There's really no way, there's really no way to confirm without a shadow of a doubt that anyone lied. Initially, Michael Flynn, James Comey, and Andrew McCabe stated that his statements were truthful, but they still went after him for allegedly lying to a Federal Bureau of Investigation agent, or two of them, one of whom had only contempt for Trump and Flynn and others around Trump. But anyway, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, this is a CBS News article, hit subscribe right now, conducted two consensual searches, I love that, of the University of Delaware. Don't you love the wonderful public relations spin? Oh, look how different this is than Trump. Trump didn't concede. He didn't really want the Federal Bureau of Investigation raiding Mar-a-Lago, even though Trump had a team of lawyers negotiating with the National Archives and with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. He even got a thank you note from the Bureau, from a top official at the Bureau. And they knew exactly where his classified records were, and they knew he was a president with the power to declassify, unlike Biden, who had no power to declassify as senator. That's the issue here. So the searches were conducted within the last month, and you have here the Justice Department as well as the Bureau interviewed a University of Delaware archivist who handled Mr. Biden's material. Now, the archivist almost certainly knows of the possibility that classified intelligence or information could be stored. Okay? So you know that there's a possibility this could be stored within Biden's Senate material. And he did not have the power or the authority to declassify. So Bureau searches University of Delaware and interviews university employee. It's not an interview, it's an interrogation. If the person lied in any way, it's a big problem. Same type of indictment as the Mueller probe indictments. Okay? The difference is that with Mueller, there was no attempt by Trump to work with another country. It never happened. It never, ever happened. And they keep saying that the DNC was infiltrated by another country. The US government never looked at DNC servers, not one day, not 1 second. James Comey, the Honorable James Comey, asked for the DNC servers. They were never given to the US government, yet it's written as if it's gospel that another country infiltrated the DNC servers to do what? What was the point? Oh, to release embarrassing emails. Why were they embarrassing? Oh, because they showed that Bernie Sanders was railroaded, that they lied about a fair and neutral primary. Don't you understand? They hide in plain sight. These are absurd propaganda and public relations stunts. What took place is Biden has 1,850 boxes of information. from his time as senator as well. He did not have the ability to declassify anything. He's hiding that at the University of Delaware since 2012. Everyone on the planet, including the Federal Bureau of Investigation, almost certainly knows that Biden has been hiding information, perhaps the information associated with his accusation against him by a former employee or colleague. Okay, that of course all the liberal publications tried to not only downplay, but they went ahead and went after the messenger or the person who accused Biden. And so you have a situation where the hypocrisy is unbelievable, but with Trump, he was a former president. The Federal Bureau of Investigation knew exactly where his documents were, and he could have declassified anything as commander in chief. With Biden, he's been hiding almost certainly almost 2,000 boxes of possibly classified records at the University of Delaware, and the University of Delaware has had what, 11 years to actually make those documents public. Ever wonder why they haven't been made public? Maybe they're hiding information, just like President Obama and the National Archives. 30 million unclassified documents for President Obama. They were supposed to have been already put on the internet. Okay, it's already been what? Since 2016, it's been 7 years. So what they do is they hide, but they do so. They hide information from Freedom of Information Act requests because they're working with the National Archives and they're working with the University of Delaware. It's pretty obvious what's taking place. If Trump had an agreement with the university to keep his presidential records for 10 plus years, you better believe there would be investigative journalists wondering why they haven't been publicly displayed. But this is a big, huge step, people. Hit subscribe. Go to hagoodman.com to read my writing in The Hill, the Huffington Post, Salon, the Jerusalem Post, the Federalist, and other publications. It is a huge step. And they're stepping it up. They don't want mashed potato brains as the 24 nominee. I believe Hillary Clinton is the 24 nominee. I don't see anything stopping Hillary Clinton, and I'm voting for Trump. Obviously, I don't want to be 90 seconds to midnight. Trump had a much better foreign policy and a much better economic policy. Inflation's going back up. And we're going to have that stock market crash that I've been saying for a long time. When I told everyone the market would tank, we had the worst year in 10 years, and I was saying that in 21. Now it's going back up somewhat, but not really, because everyone with knowledge about the market is saying, yeah, you can't pump in $10 trillion and expect the market to keep going up, 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 up. It's not going to happen that way. Corporate profits will eventually decrease substantially. If retail sales are up, people still have that money, the 10 trillion, but they're already dipping into savings and 401k to go ahead and buy the things they need in life. What took place was you had the adults in the room and economic shutdown economic activity, pumped $10 trillion into the economy. Now we have spy balloons everywhere, and we're 90 seconds to midnight because we've allowed an invasion in Europe while Democrats were in office. Why didn't it happen under Trump? Because Trump would never have let that happen. He would have focused on a negotiated deal. Everything bad that was supposed to have taken place under Trump is taking place under Biden. And we had a great economy and a great foreign policy under Trump. And no, there were no spy balloons above the U.S. It's like saying, oh well, it's like a husband caught cheating and saying, well, you know what? U.S. Intel said you cheated on me, honey. So in fact, you cheated 3 times. That's 2 times more than I did. How do you know? Well, U.S. Intel told me. It's a classified briefing. We've confirmed it. Their entire lives are making things morally relative, but they're much worse. Trump didn't even commit a crime. Biden, Hunter, Hillary, they all did. You can ask the Honorable James Comey and watch the short on this channel where he explains crimes were committed. Anyway, hit subscribe. I'll be back in 2 hours, people. Be here in 2 hours. This is a huge, huge update. Thank you.